The biggest difference between a body recomp and your traditional bodybuilding bulk and cutting is one is specifically for beginners and the other one is aimed more towards like bodybuilding athletes. However, you could do both. Now there are pros and cons of doing one or the other, but for me and on my journey, I'm doing a body recomp. Now with a body recomp, it works better with newbies or people who are new to weightlifting because it's associated with having more body fat than like the traditional like bodybuilding athlete. Now I'm transitioning from jiu-jitsu to becoming a bodybuilding athlete. So a lot of what I'm doing right now is trying to maintain, if not build muscle while shedding body fat. It's super important to note that both of these methods work just fine. However, if you want to do a total body recomp and you want to have like the best results, the person that this is best for is usually someone that's pretty new to the gym, someone who's intermediate but like a lot of body fat, or somebody like myself who's been working out and training, but I've been training for jiu-jitsu. I've been training for a whole different sport. Now with that being said, I've got quite a bit of body fat to go, so I'm trying to maintain as much muscle mass as possible while cutting the body fat. The biggest con for body recomp is that it takes much longer than your standard cutting method, because in a cut, most of the time it's usually pretty aggressive to cut as much body fat as quick as possible, which in return, you lose more muscle mass doing that as well. So the body recomp kind of allows you to hold on to more muscle, but the con is it just takes so much more time to cut the body fat. And honestly, if you got a lot of weight to go, I mean, it's not gonna hurt to initially do like a cutting phase. But in my opinion, especially if you're like a previous athlete and you're trying to get as much body fat off and keep as much muscle to have like a bigger frame, the body recomp, I'm gonna recommend. You know, if you're a beginner and like you just want to get that stubborn weight off as quick as possible, then obviously cutting is going to be your route. I understand that like when starting out, especially if you're new to the gym, you need to see like your work, your progress fast. So I understand that, you know, a lot of guys, you know, a lot of people who are going to want to lose weight, they're going to lean towards like the cutting phase. But I promise you, the recomp is the way to go. And to be honest, a lot of people who are new to the gym and they do the research and they start lifting weights and eating the high protein diets, you're kind of going to do like a pretty aggressive body recomp anyway. If you can stick it out, the body recomp is the way to go.